She wanted them exterminated. Every man, woman, and child. And she was furious that her government wouldn't let her. In May 1857, Indian soldiers rose against the British East India Company in what would become the largest anti-colonial rebellion of the 19th century. The company's reprisals were brutal. Villages burned, civilians massacred, prisoners blown apart by cannons. But for Queen Victoria, seated in Windsor Castle, reading reports of British deaths, it still wasn't enough. And so she picked up her pen, not to calm the violence, but to demand more of it. What she wrote was so extreme, so unrestrained in its bloodlust, that her own Prime Minister had to suppress it. For over a century, this letter remained a secret. When historians finally uncovered it, they found something worse than orders. They found the private rage of an empire with no limits. This is what she wrote to her Foreign Secretary, Lord Palmerston. Lord Palmerston, I must write to you privately on a subject which distresses and alarms me beyond measure. The reports from India grow more horrifying by the day. British women and children, murdered in their beds, their bodies desecrated in ways I cannot bring myself to describe. And yet I am told repeatedly, that we must show restraint, that we must respect the laws of war. I cannot accept this. I will not accept this. These are not soldiers we face. These are savages. Barbarians who have violated every principle of civilization, every law of God and man. The punishment must be absolute, complete, final. I do not speak merely of the sepoys who mutinied. I speak of the villages that sheltered them, the cities that remained silent, the people who, by their inaction, became complicit in these unspeakable crimes. They must be made to understand that rebellion against British authority is not merely treason. It is a sin that will be met with the full, terrible weight of divine justice. I am informed that some in Parliament speak of proportionate response, of winning hearts and minds. There are no hearts to win. There are no minds to change. There is only order to be restored, by whatever means necessary. I want every village that aided the rebels razed. Every single one. I want the perpetrators hunted to the ends of the earth. I want their families to know what it means to harbor traitors. I want fear, such fear that no native will dare lift his eyes to a British officer for the next 100 years. The Governor-General writes of reconciliation. He is weak, dangerously weak. India must be taught a lesson so severe, so comprehensive, that the very memory of this rebellion becomes a warning to every colony we possess. This is not cruelty, Lord Palmerston. This is justice. This is duty. This is the burden of empire. I trust you will ensure that my wishes, not my suggestions, my wishes, are made clear to those who carry out policy in my name. The blood of British mothers and children cries out for vengeance. I intend to answer that cry. Your Sovereign Victoria R. Palmerston read this letter and immediately locked it away. He never showed it to Parliament. He never shared it with the cabinet, because he understood something the Queen in her rage could not see. If the world knew what she truly wanted, the moral justification for British rule would collapse. The suppression continued anyway. Entire villages were destroyed. Thousands were executed without trial. But it was never enough for her. In private correspondence over the following months, Victoria repeatedly complained that the punishment was too lenient, too measured, too concerned with native lives. She wanted extermination. Her government gave her subjugation instead, which would last another 90 years. But here's what makes this letter truly haunting. Victoria believed she was the victim. In her mind, the violence she demanded wasn't cruelty, it was defense. The thousands of Indian civilians who died weren't people. They were obstacles to order. This is what empire sounds like when it thinks no one is listening. No diplomacy. No pretense. Just the raw, unfiltered belief that some lives matter more than others, and that power is its own justification. The letter stayed hidden for over a century. But empires don't die with their rulers. They die when their secrets stop being secret. And this one couldn't be buried forever. Some words are too dangerous to forget, even when they're written by a queen.